I mean,
Yeah.
one of the questions I have, I mean, you mentioned the word fun in relation to couples counseling. Let's be real. Culturally speaking, the first word that comes to mind when you think of couples counseling is you don't think of fun. Another kind of cultural generalization a lot of people think of when they think of couples counseling is the idea that the counselor is going to pick one side and that person's right and that person's wrong. I almost like to think of it as like the judge and jury paradigm
Mm,
of
mm.
counseling. Is that what couples counseling is like?
I don't know. It depends which side's willing to pay me more, I guess. Yeah.
I'm assuming that's a
Uh,
joke.
yeah. No, like I'll tell couples like I'm not on either of your sides. I'm on the side of your marriage, you know. Sometimes people do kind of want that. They want like a almost an adjudicator or something like that. And that's not my role. Like I do mediate conversations a lot of times and help like because you feel like that accurately represents your position, you know, or what are we missing here? Things like that, just helping with the conversation. But I like with couples, I'll often ask the question like how did you get together to begin with? Right?
Mm,
Like there had to have been some attraction, right? That you ended up with there. So like let's think about that. How did that happen? What
right.
derails that? Like what in what ways do you
Yeah.
actually have fun? And I've kind of I don't like I don't tell anyone how to live their life, right? I'm not interested in that. But I'll invite people as like, what would it look like if the two of you were just really playful with each other? Like what does that look like? And relationships, I think, should have an element of kind of fun in them. And so sometimes we'll do that in sessions together. Like obviously, I mean that really depends on the couple. Sometimes things are, not at a place where you need to, laugh and have fun. Like there's obviously really serious, hard conversations that we have a lot of times too. But a lot of folks when they come to talk to me, it's just like things just aren't right. They're like spending a lot of times in different rooms and it feels cold and frosty. And I just want people to want to try and help them warm things up a little bit.
Yeah. And as a follow-up to that is when is it the right time for a couple to engage in the counseling or therapy process? I hate to use those words. They sound so reactive, but like
Mm.
when's the right time to connect with you as a psychologist?
Yeah, I would say when you feel compelled. So when you need the change.
Mm,
I can't keep going with this the way it is. And the reason I say that is because having that motivation to change is a big predictor of change.
mm,
So if you're feeling like things are fine and I don't need to make any adjustments or whatever, I think I think you can always benefit and always layer on new levels of skill. So even if you feel like your marriage is going awesome, or your relationship is amazing, and I do have some couples that come to me for that. They're like, we just want to be very proactive in this, and there's lots of skills we want to add and layer on, and always be investing in this. And I love working with people in that case too. But I'm thinking of sometimes sometimes it's a little unbalanced in the relationship between who feels like they need counseling more than the other. And so I would say when both of you feel like something's got to change, it's like, yeah, okay, let's figure out what that change can look like.
really good. Follow-up question. Do you recommend people doing individual counseling before couples counseling before individual, or some sort of hybrid parallel scenario? What
Hmm.
do you recommend in those types of scenarios?
Yeah, I don't know if I have a formal recommendation. I know the Gottmans do. Like if you sign up to the full Gottman method, they have an initial session both together, and they have separate sessions with each party and come together again. And there's a lot of wisdom in that. I can understand why they do that, but like not everyone has the means to afford a lot of those sessions. So it kind of depends on that. Like if and also kind of the issue at heart. So like I also use something called a solution focus